Hello, my name is Ryan Pierce, and this is my persuasive speech for Communications 101. This is the 3 note cards that I will be using. Make sure they're right. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Pierce, and today I'll be talking to you about this bottle cap. Something that may seem very small to you or insignificant, but it is causing a huge problem here in America. Every year, billions of these caps are littered. You may not think that a small cap being littered is causing a huge problem, but in the amounts that they are being littered and being produced, it is causing a huge problem. This is why I think that the federal government should require companies to switch from the current bottle caps that we have, the screw-on ones, to tethered bottle caps. I went to Europe recently, and when I was there, one of the main things that stood out to me when I bought a water is I tried to go take off the cap, and I'm used to it falling off, but in Europe, they are already required to have tethered bottle caps, so I took it off, and the bottle cap stayed attached to the bottle. It was very surprising to me. So I ended up doing some research, and I found out that this was an act that they passed to try and prevent litter and promote recycling. So today I'm going to go over the problems of these bottle caps, the solution that I have, and just visualize to you the difference that it could make to hopefully get it through to you why it is so important and hopefully convince you to take my side on this. Now allow me to dive deeper. Let's start with the problem. The problem is that these caps are creating so much litter and pollution, especially around the marine animals and oceans. According to the International Coastal Cleaning over at Ocean Controversies, caps are ranked number 9 on the most common plastic pollutions found on beaches and in oceans. Billions of caps are produced each year. Only a small amount of them are being recycled, forcing them to end up in landfills, the ocean, marine animal stomachs, which is a really horrible one to hear about. Just in case you don't understand the severity of this issue, let me try and do something that would relate to you. A big thing that I noticed was when I went to Hawaii a few years ago, we were looking up beaches near us to see what would be the best option, which one is the most pretty, is the less crowded with people, stuff like that. And we ended up finding one that was perfect for what we wanted to go do. It had a nice little coral reef that we could go snorkeling at, and a big ocean right next to it that we could go lay down at and go in the water if we wanted to. The problem was, once we got there, it was littered with trash. Marine life was not a big thing there, like the video said it was. A lot of the animals were dead, not there, and it was really sad to see. It's also a big problem in parks. You don't want to send your children to parks and have to worry about them stepping on plastics or this or that is being littered. So now that you know what the problem is, let me show you why I believe that implementing this rule, hopefully, that companies will have to switch to tethered bottle caps is important. So the solution is simply just switching to these tethered caps, and many think when I say this that just means, oh, the cap can't fall off and accidentally get littered or accidentally get lost. Tethered caps do way more than just that. Tethered caps promote people to recycle, because when you're done with your water bottle, if you accidentally drop the cap, you're just going to take your water bottle and throw it away, or maybe you're not going to worry about picking up the cap because it's so small compared to the water bottle. But if it is attached into one, it makes you think about it, and it definitely promotes you to want to go recycle it instead of throwing it in a trash bin or throwing it in a bush. Hopefully you guys don't do that, but I know it is a big thing. I know that this solution is very practical and very easy. I know this because Europe has already done it and it's proven to work, and it was very easy for them to implement. They started this in June of 2019. That is when the day that they implemented this rule, and they gave companies until July of 2024 to fully switch over to these tethered bottle caps. We already have stats out on it saying that it is beneficial, but we won't know the exact amount of benefits that we had to it from it until 2029. That is when they're going to come out with the full stats about it, how helpful it was, and if they're going to keep it in place. It sounds like a great idea on paper, but I will play devil's advocate here. When I was doing my research, I saw a lot of studies being negative about it, so I'll bring up one to you. According to Packaging Europe, 70% of 18,500 people that they questioned about this new switch said that they did not like the switch to the tethered bottle caps. The simple argument I have for this is it's a very minor inconvenience to make a major impact on the world we live in. So now that you know what my plan is to fix this problem, let me show you the repercussions if not we do implement this. A positive one, if we do end up going through with this, it will be a small step, and it will help reduce litter, filling up these landfills, filling up these oceans. It'll clean up the streets that are starting to smell, be safer for kids to go to parks, for you to go walk around a public area without worrying about stepping on something or it smelling bad in a new place that you haven't been before. But although it is a small step, it promotes people to want to take larger steps. If they see a small difference and they see it as beneficial, they want to do something larger to create a larger difference to, in the end, be more helpful. So I want you to think about those two scenarios and see which one is better to you. I think it's pretty obvious. A cleaner world is better for us and our future generations. Concerning fact I want to bring up, according to Waste 360, over the next 5 years, 7 states are on track to reach their landfill capacity. This is rising at alarming rates, and it is a desperate call for us to take action. I hope this entices you to want to make a change. Now that I've gone over the positive effects that this action can have, I will want to close out by reminding you of what I just talked about in hopes it can help you understand a little bit better of why I am bringing this to your attention, and I hope it will change your mind to aid me in my efforts to solving this problem. So I went over the problem, the simple solution that is going to take to make a huge change, and why it isn't so important. So tell me, do you now agree that the federal government should force companies to switch from these screw-on bottle caps filling up our oceans to tethered bottle caps?